I don't know if it's emergency. I just got to work. I'm at the Exxon gas station on Sternberg Road.
Okay.
And it just is very suspicious why there's nobody here.
In 2013, Jessica Lynn Heeringa worked the late shift at the Exxon gas station in Norton Shores, Michigan. And shortly after, she disappeared without a trace. Although the mother of one was presumed dead after several years of fruitless searches, her remains were nowhere to be found. In today's video, we'll be uncovering the events leading to the disappearance of Jessica. Why and how did she disappear? My name is Zach, and you are watching Crime Origin. Jessica Lynn Heeringa was 25 years old when she went missing. At the time, she had a 3-year-old son named Zevin and was engaged to the father of her son, Dakota. Zevin was not only the apple of Jessica's eye, but also the reason she worked extremely hard. The young woman wanted to be able to provide for her son and give him a good life. In line with her plan, Jessica worked as a cash register at the Exxon gas station in Norton Shores, Michigan. Aside from wanting to provide a better life for her son, Jessica also had dreams of going to college and earning a degree in finance so she could become an accountant. She barely disclosed this to just anyone, but she had a journal where she often documented similar things. On April 26, 2013, Jessica happened to be working the night shift at the Exxon gas station. She was often friendly with customers, and a lot of them came to know her. It was also said that some would refuse to go into the store until they were sure she was around. The typical time to lock up the store was 11:30 p.m., and Jessica had been clearing up so she could lock up the store in time. At about 10:55 p.m., a man walked into the store. He bought a lighter and then left the store. Minutes later, precisely around 11:10 p.m., another customer bought gas from the gas station and proceeded to go into the store to make payment. This customer, Craig Harpster, was said to have been a regular at the Exxon gas station. According to him, he went into the store calling out for Jessica, but he didn't see her. He thought it strange because Jessica was always at the register. He said he walked to the walk-in freezer to see if she could be there, but she wasn't. Eventually, he found Jessica's purse and also noticed that the register was a little open. He began to suspect at this point that something could be wrong. Without wasting time, he dialed 911, and around 11:25 p.m., the police appeared at the gas station. The Norton Shores Police Department arrived with a certain detective Michael Kasher. The latter conversed with Craig while a call was put across to the store manager, Sue Fallett. When Sue arrived, she also noticed that Jessica had not closed out the register, nor had she taken her purse. Sensing that something could have been wrong, especially with the police around, she narrated to them how she and her husband had ridden their motorcycles in front of the gas station around 11 p.m. She said that they spotted a silver minivan go behind the station, which was where the delivery trucks usually went. Sue said that they never got late-night deliveries, so she drove further with her husband to see what was going on. According to her, a man had walked towards the back door of the minivan and closed it shut. The man then opened it again, rummaged around a little bit, and closed it a lot quicker this time. They watched as the man drove off and said they were able to see what the man and the minivan looked like. Sue said the van was a silver Chrysler Town & County and that the man had wavy blonde hair. The police asked her if she didn't mind meeting with a sketch artist for a composite sketch, and Sue agreed. When the detective asked Sue if they could see the video footage from the surveillance cameras, she said they had none. So the police decided to search all over the gas station. During the search, they found bloodstains at the back of the station, the same area delivery trucks usually went to. Near the blood was also what looked like an accessory from a gun, a battery cover with a laser sight, to be precise. The bloodstain was sent to the hospital for testing, and the results came back that they belonged to Jessica. Taking that as their first piece of evidence, the police then believed that the man with the minivan had driven off with Jessica in it. A year after Jessica's disappearance, precisely February 2014, a Kalamazoo police detective reached out to Detective Kasher about a similar case. A young lady had been going to her boyfriend's residence in Kalamazoo when someone grabbed her from the back and abducted her. For hours, the abductor sexually assaulted her. Despite telling her repeatedly that he'd kill her, he eventually set her free. The abductor was Brad Allen Mason. Brad had a criminal history and had been sentenced to jail twice. It also turned out that he lived in Norton Shores, down the road from Exxon gas station. The police believed Brad could have a hand in Jessica's disappearance, especially because Brad's victim shared similar features: petite size, blonde hair, and glasses, with Jessica. The police then made for Brad's home to arrest him, but later found out that he had no hand in Jessica's case. On June 29, 2014, another woman, 36-year-old Rebecca Sue Bletch, was found dead near her home in Dalton Township. It appeared that she had been out jogging when she was killed. Investigators noted that she had 3 bullet wounds on the back of her head. This time, Brad wasn't the killer. However, it took the police 2 years to figure out who was behind the shooting. On April 16, 2016, a 16-year-old girl got lost on her way home from a party in Laketon Township. A man approached her in a silver minivan, offering his phone so she could call someone. He insisted that she get into the van first, which she did. As soon as she did, he locked the doors and brought out a gun. She pleaded with him to open the window on her side, saying she couldn't breathe, and as soon as he did, she threw herself out of the van. She ran to the nearest house where they dialed the police. When the police arrived, they looked over the video footage in the area and were able to identify the man as Jeffrey Thomas Willis, a factory worker. Jeffrey was charged with attempted kidnapping. When the police searched his minivan, they found a handgun whose shell casings resembled the ones found close to Rebecca's body. Plus, the handgun was missing a battery cover, and the police remembered seeing one near Jessica's blood at the back of the gas station. After putting 2 and 2 together, the authorities requested a search warrant to search Jeffrey's home. They found pictures of women held captive with handcuffs, chains, ropes, and syringes. They had found a folder labeled Vicks on his computer, and in it were pictures of Rebecca and Jessica. Jessica's folder was tagged with the date he had abducted and killed her. On May 25, 2016, Jeffrey Thomas Willis was arrested and charged with the murder of Rebecca Sue Bletch. On June 17, 2016, the police got an anonymous tip and went to search Jeffrey's home, but they couldn't find Jessica's body. The police also searched a cabin in Mansalona after an eyewitness revealed that Jeffrey one time walked out of the Mansalona cabin shortly after Jessica disappeared. The police, however, still didn't find anything. Jeffrey was arrested, and a month after that, his cousin, Kevin Laverne Blum, was also arrested. Kevin was a Michigan Department of Corrections prison guard before he got convicted for lying to a police officer during the investigation of the cases of Rebecca and Jessica. On August 26, 2016, he pleaded guilty on both counts and was sentenced to time in prison. On September 20, 2016, Jeffrey was charged by the Muskegon County Prosecutor's Office for the kidnap and murder of Jessica. It turned out that Jeffrey had also been a regular at the Exxon gas station. After he got arrested, several witnesses came out to say that they saw him flirting with Jessica on the night of her disappearance. As a matter of fact, the day before she disappeared, a local had spoken to her in the store about working so late in the night without having someone with her. Jeffrey had allegedly been in the store at the time of the conversation and had told the woman that the customers were there to look after her. The following night, however, Jessica disappeared. Jeffrey owned a Chrysler Town & County minivan and had been spotted on video footage driving away from the Exxon gas station at the time Jessica went missing. Jeffrey's co-workers told police that he was supposed to work at the factory that night, but he didn't show up that day and the days after. Kevin was also charged with accessory after the fact. It turned out that he helped Jeffrey to bury the body of Jessica. He said that Jeffrey had called him the day Jessica disappeared, telling him that he was with a woman and there was a party. Kevin drove to Jeffrey's house and saw that he was with Jessica. He said that he saw Jessica's body. She was naked and lying face down, hands tied behind her back, with what appeared to be a head wound. Kevin confessed that Jeffrey had been watching and following Jessica prior to her killing. He had been around her 15 times at least before he eventually took her away. After abducting her, he assaulted her sexually, tortured her, and then killed her. Kevin said that the both of them then drove to an area on Sheridan Road near Laketon Road and buried her in a hole that had been dug earlier. Evidence of this was the shovels that were already in the area. Kevin was suspended from his job at the West Shoreline Correctional Facility, a state prison in Muskegon Heights. On November 2, 2017, Jeffrey was found guilty of the murder of Rebecca Sue Bletch and was given a life sentence without parole. Kevin, on the other hand, pleaded guilty to helping Jeffrey dispose of Jessica's body on November 27, 2017. By May 2018, Jeffrey was again found guilty of the abduction and murder of Jessica. It took the jury an hour and a half to deliberate before he was declared guilty. Jeffrey was sentenced to life in prison without parole a month later. Other charges against him included the attempted kidnapping of a 16-year-old girl in Laketon Township on April 16, 2016, production and possession of child pornography, which was possible after installing cameras in the bathroom of his neighbor's underage daughters in Fruitland Township in 2011. He was also a suspect in the 1996 murder of Angela Thornburg. The 15-year-old was found in the woods in October 1996. Jeffrey had been working as a janitor at Angela's school. After the death of Jessica, the Michigan legislature passed a bill called the Jessica Heeringa Act, or Jessica's Law. The bill stated that if gas stations will be open from 11 p.m. to 5 a.m., surveillance cameras must be installed in the business. The bill was passed on March 11, 2020. If you found this story compelling, don't forget to like the video, comment your take down below, and subscribe to the channel. Also, hit that notification bell in order to stay up to date each time we reveal a new shocking case.